For eons, the galactic predators had been the apex hunters of the universe. They prowled across star systems, conquering worlds, hunting down any species they deemed weak or unworthy. Their reputation had spread far and wide. No species had ever dared to challenge them. Their kind was an unstoppable force of nature, tall, powerful, and ruthless. Their armor was sleek and practically indestructible, designed to withstand the harshest environments and the deadliest of weapons. Their technology was beyond anything any other species could dream of, allowing them to track and destroy their prey with terrifying precision. Yet, for all their strength, they had never faced an adversary like humanity. It all began when they landed on Earth. The Galactic Council had warned them, of course, do not engage the humans. They are not like the others. There is something different about them. But the predators laughed at the warnings. The Galactic Empire was vast, and they were among its deadliest hunters. What threat could a primitive species like humanity possibly pose? They arrived on Earth, expecting an easy conquest. They saw a young, thriving planet, teeming with life and bustling with civilization, but it was nothing compared to the technologically advanced empires they had crushed before. The predators arrived in their ships, massive, dark vessels that dwarfed the cities beneath them. They landed with a thud, the ground shaking as their ships touched Earth's surface. The humans, who had watched in terror as the fleet descended, now scrambled to defend their world. The Earth's military was no match for the predators. Tanks and aircrafts were shredded by their advanced weaponry, and soldiers fell in droves as the predators began their hunt. But then something happened, something the predators had never anticipated. The humans did not break. They did not fall into chaos. Instead, they adapted. At first, the predators were baffled by how Earth's survivors fought back. They had expected terror, panic, and disarray. But instead, they were met with a quiet determination. The humans regrouped quickly, utilizing every resource available to them. They abandoned conventional weapons and began to use guerrilla tactics, ambushing the predators from the shadows, using terrain to their advantage. And even though the predators had superior technology, the humans fought with something far more powerful: resolve. It wasn't long before the predators began to realize they were being outmaneuvered. Their ships, once impervious, were suddenly under attack by stealthy human forces who had hacked into their technology, disrupting their systems. The humans had learned quickly, adapting alien technology to their own needs, and the predators' advantage of superior firepower began to erode. Still, the predators held the upper hand, until they faced the unexpected. The humans, for all their cunning, had one more thing that the predators had never encountered: their ability to survive against impossible odds. The humans' resilience was unlike anything the predators had faced before. The predators were used to breaking their enemies with brute force, but Earth's inhabitants were no longer intimidated by their strength. They fought with the will of survival, and they were not about to let an invincible species simply waltz into their world and claim it. The first encounter that truly changed the tide of the war happened under the cover of night. The predators, confident in their ability to track their prey with ease, were caught off guard when a small group of humans, dressed in camouflage, ambushed them in the dense forests of North America. The humans had learned how to fight like the predators, using their own techniques against them. A predator, who had been standing in a clearing, suddenly found himself surrounded by human soldiers armed with makeshift weapons. A knife went into the back of its neck before it could react. It was a single kill, but it was a symbolic one. The hunt became a game of cat and mouse, with the humans fighting on their terms. And the predators, proud and arrogant, soon realized they had underestimated their prey. For all their advanced technology, for all their physical prowess, they lacked something the humans had in abundance: ingenuity. The humans could adapt in ways the predators couldn't. They had weapons, yes, but more importantly, they had the intelligence to use them creatively, something the predators, with their rigid, traditional hunting methods, had not accounted for. The humans' resilience only grew stronger as the battles escalated. They sent their best warriors into the fields, men and women who had trained not just to fight, but to endure. Earth's greatest minds worked together, developing weapons and tactics that could actually hurt the predators. They learned their weaknesses, adapted their technologies, and developed countermeasures. They found ways to trap the invincible creatures, even forcing them to retreat in some cases. The predators, who had once believed themselves unstoppable, found themselves on the defensive for the first time in their long existence. It all culminated in the final battle, where a small, specialized human force ambushed the remaining predators, who had regrouped in a large, fortified base deep in the Arctic. The humans had studied their enemy and found their ultimate weakness, their pride. The predators were not used to being hunted. They were used to being the hunters, and that arrogance was their downfall. Using everything they had learned, the humans set traps, ambushed the predators with perfect timing, and in the end, destroyed their remaining fleet. The once unstoppable predators were now scattered and broken, forced to retreat back into the vast unknown of space. The survivors of the predators' invasion never returned. Their reputation as the galaxy's greatest hunters had been shattered. For the first time in their existence, they had met an enemy they could not defeat. And the humans had done the impossible. Against all odds, they had turned the tide and won. The predators, who had once feared no one, now feared Earth. The Galactic Empire's greatest predators had met their match. And that match had been humanity. As the predators retreated into the vastness of space, their fleet limping back to their homeworld, the human survivors stood tall. Their victory over the ruthless invaders became a symbol of defiance and resilience, a testament to the strength of humanity's will to survive. But Earth's victory came with a heavy cost. Cities were reduced to rubble, vast stretches of land were scorched, and millions had perished in the fight. Yet, the world's resolve remained unbroken. The aftermath of the invasion saw the world united like never before. Countries, once divided by borders and ideologies, now found common ground in the face of a shared, global threat. Humanity had been tested by the worst, and they had prevailed. What had been a planet of disparate nations now stood as a single, united force, bound by the shared experience of defeating an existential threat. Earth's defense systems were rebuilt, better than before, as the humans learned from their encounter with the predators. They had studied the invaders' technology in detail, reverse engineering their weaponry and ships. Some of the brightest minds in the world now worked together, determined not to be caught off guard again. Earth had transformed from a vulnerable, primitive planet to a formidable force in the galaxy. The humans were no longer a species to be underestimated. Word of humanity's victory spread across the galaxy. Species that had once viewed humans as weak and unworthy now began to reconsider their views. Even the Galactic Empire, who had laughed at Earth's defenses, now had a newfound respect for the human race. Earth had not only survived, they had thrived. The nightmares that once stalked their dreams had now become the ultimate weapon, proving stronger than even the mightiest predators in the galaxy. But Earth's newfound power did not lead them down a path of conquest. The victory was not about domination but survival. The humans, once driven to the brink of extinction, now sought to ensure that no other species would ever be subjected to the same terror they had endured. They forged alliances with weaker civilizations, offering protection in exchange for cooperation. Earth had become a guardian, watching over the less fortunate in the galaxy, ensuring that no predator would ever be able to prey upon another innocent world again. The Galactic Empire, in turn, sent emissaries to Earth, not to threaten or subjugate, but to negotiate and seek peace. They had learned the hard way that underestimating humanity came with dire consequences. The once haughty empire had learned to respect the quiet, resilient strength of Earth. The humans had shown them that there were far worse things in the galaxy than the predators, things like the enduring spirit of a people who had nothing left to lose. Adrian Carrington, the human ambassador who had once warned the Galactic Council of Earth's defenses, now stood before them again. But this time, there was no trace of fear in his voice. He was no longer a mere diplomat trying to protect his planet from invaders. He was a leader, a symbol of humanity's strength and unbreakable resolve. He spoke not with arrogance, but with the quiet confidence of someone who had seen the worst the galaxy could throw at them, and survived. "The galaxy will remember this," Adrian said, his voice steady. "And I hope you remember it well. Humans do not bow down to invaders. We do not cower in the face of terror. We fight, we adapt, and we survive. The day you tried to conquer Earth was the day you learned that no predator is invincible." The council, once full of dismissive laughter, now sat in silent awe, understanding that Earth's defense was not just physical but ideological. They had learned the harsh lesson that Earth's strength was not in its weapons or its technology alone, but in its people. The survivors, the warriors, the everyday citizens who refused to give up when faced with unimaginable odds. Humanity had gone from being a vulnerable, overlooked species to a force that even the galaxy's deadliest predators feared. The defeat of the galactic predators was not just a victory in battle, it was a message to the galaxy. Earth was no longer just a planet to be conquered. It was a planet that had earned its place among the stars, and its people had proven that when pushed to the brink, they could withstand any threat and emerge victorious. The story of Earth's survival would echo throughout the galaxy for centuries to come. And while the predators had feared no one, they had learned the hard way that Earth was not a species to be underestimated. The predators had met their match, and in the end, it was humanity that had proven to be the true predator of the galaxy.